How are you doing, students? Thank you once again for joining us with another math lesson with Mr. Woodford. I'm excited for us to get to the end almost of Unit 4. We've talked about shapes, we've talked about angles, we've talked about sides a little bit. And today I want to dive further into putting it all together in terms of these geometric shapes. This is a lesson that I call drawing triangles from must-haves. All right, we all know what a triangle is, but if you don't, take a moment to open up your packet, turn to 4.9, and let's begin to work on the bell work. This bell work in particular is asking you, with your current knowledge, your current understanding of triangles, to fill in these blanks. It says a triangle has blank sides, blank vertices, and blank angles. The sum of the three interior angles of a triangle is always blank. The blank of the length of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side. And of course, as to help you, I did include a word bank, and words may be used more than one time. All right, pause the video if you need to. Awesome. Great. So let's do this. Let's fill in some of these blanks to figure out these details. Now, what you're actually filling out is three important rules that a triangle must have in order to be considered a triangle. Okay, so I want you to understand what we're filling in is it's essential to today's lesson. It's essential to your understanding of a triangle. First and foremost, a triangle has to have three sides. Okay. Three sides. That's not what I wanted to copy. So three sides also needs to have three vertices and also three angles. Okay. Maybe like, what's the word? The word three is only there once. It's okay. It says in there words may be used more than once, right? It has to have three sides. You know this has to have three vertices. Now, what is a vertex? A vertex is a turning point on an angle, all right? And also three angles itself, okay? Which, you know, an angle consists of three letters like P, Q, R, but the vertices itself is Q, P, and R, okay? Let me try to clarify that one more time. You know what the sides are. So, for example, this triangle has side PQ, side PR, and side QR. Those are the three sides, okay? The vertices are the actual points themselves. So vertex Q, vertex P, vertex R. Whereas the angles and vertices are your turning points. Your angles are PQR, PRQ, and RQP, right? Those are your three angles, okay, of this particular triangle. The sum of the three interior angles of a triangle is always what? When I add them up, because you know the word sum means to add them up. When you add them up, they should equal 180 degrees, right? It should equal 180 degrees, something we talked about in a previous lesson. And finally, the sum.
Yes, Diane?
The sum of the length of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side, okay? So the sum of the length of the two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side. Now, we're gonna explore this last one in more detail, but I wanna explain it once again. When you add the two smaller sides of a triangle, you should add them together, and that number should be bigger than the third side. If it's not bigger than the third side, then it's not a triangle. It cannot make a triangle. Let me say it again. If I gave you three angles, three sides, right? Let's say I had side 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. You could determine if that would indeed make a triangle if this particular third rule is true. If you add 1 and 2 together, they make 3. Is 3 greater than 3? No. So then those cannot form a triangle. Okay? All right. So
you're freaking out for no reason.
Hold on. Let's pick up exactly where we left off. I apologize. I had to pause for a moment. We were talking about the bell work. We was looking at it, mentioning the things about triangles. Now, I was talking about if you had three lengths of a triangle, you can determine if those lengths actually create a triangle or not. If you had one that was 3, one that was 4, one that was 5, You add the two smaller ones. Are they bigger than the third one? In this case, 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 is bigger than 5. That works. All right. Let's dive in. Let's look at what I want to show you today. I want you to be able to construct a triangle from the very given I'm giving you. Okay. Let's read it together. Don't get overwhelmed. You know what a triangle looks like. You know we need to make a triangle, but I'm going to give you the exact things I want you to satisfy or conditions that I want you to do, and you try your best to make that happen. Now, what you're seeing here is this little line above these two letters. That means line AB. Let me read that again. Line AB equals 2 inches. Angle CAB equals 45 degrees. And line AC is 1.5 inches. So we have some lines, we have some sides of a triangle, and we have one angle of a triangle. All right, let's try to see if we can make this triangle from the given that we have here. Okay, I got to make a triangle ABC. Let's start off by making a 2-inch line and label that AB. So I'm gonna use my, I would recommend you use a ruler. On some of the protractors I've given you, you have rulers. I'm gonna make sure in class we have rulers. Let me find a ruler here, ruler. I believe there's one right here. Let's pull it out. Okay, so this is my ruler right here, right? I need to make a 2 inches, right? So 2 inches. I'm gonna use the ruler to create my 2 inches, starting from here to there. Boom, 2 inches. Now I'm just gonna move the ruler out the way because I don't need it right now. I will need it again, but just not right now. I need to label this A, B. Okay, I have one side of the triangle. Boom, awesome. The next thing it tells me is that CAB is 45 degrees. So CAB. Now notice that the middle is A, which means that it honestly starts right here. So I can actually bring out my, well, I didn't bring one out yet. I can bring out my protractor. So let me get a protractor. Bring that out, put it right here. I'm just gonna get rid of this ruler for now. I wanna make sure I make an angle that's gonna be 45 degrees. As usual, I put the center there, aligned to the actual side of this particular angle. And I'm gonna try to make sure I draw one that's 45. 45 is right here. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to rotate my protractor. Okay, as I've done in the past, and I'm gonna use that to draw me a nice straight line. Of course, I can use a ruler. So if you want, use your ruler, that's fine. You know what, I'm actually gonna use my ruler. Let me get rid of this. I'll bring out my ruler again because I do need the ruler one last time because it tells me AC, the line is supposed to be. So let's make sure we bring out the ruler to make sure we properly draw line AC. Now AC needs to be 1.5. That means 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna rotate this. Going here, I'm gonna start down there. And what I notice, try to make these line up here, line up, boom, perfect, okay? Now what I notice here is even though my dot is all the way over there, that is actually not 1.5. That's a little bit beyond 1.5, but if I wanted to make 1.5, I would go past 1. I would go all the way up to the half mark, which is about right there, okay? Now, I should still be able to check to make sure my angle is 45 degrees. But because I'm drawing me a triangle, you and I both know that we need to make sure we connect this last side of the triangle. I'm gonna connect the last side. I'm gonna rotate my ruler a little bit. Okay. And for you guys, you just put it along the side there and you make sure you draw it. I'm just gonna use this here and you just connect it straight down there like so. Okay. So this is my triangle AB and I'm gonna label this up here C. Okay. So this is what my triangle looks like. Okay, it has a 45-degree angle here for CAB, and I can check that using the protractor because this needs to make sure it's 45 degrees. That's what they asked me to make sure, 45 degrees here. In addition to that, down here is 2 inches. 2 inches, and over here is 1.5 inches. All right, so we have 1.5 inches, we have 2 inches, and we have a 45-degree angle. Now, I could tell you that this particular triangle has a name. It can be classified. This triangle is called isosceles triangle. I know that because I noticed that there's a 45-degree angle, and I'm pretty sure that angle CBA is also 45, and angle C up here is actually 90 degrees. But you don't have to go that far. You just have to follow the 3 things that they're giving you and draw a triangle from that given information. Okay, I'm just going to quickly look on with you at the rest of the worksheet so you can understand exactly what you're expected to do. But this is it. Using a protractor, using a ruler, properly find the things they're asking you to find, or draw out what they're asking you to draw, and you'll be able to create the triangle they're asking you to create. So for you guys, once again, they give you angle BC. They give you 2 angles and 1 side. If you want to start off by drawing the side, that works. Okay, and then make sure you draw the angles to fit. Okay, this is a little bit of understanding, right? Do you understand? Right, a triangle has sides 15 and 27. The measurement of the longest side is missing, so the longest side is missing. Okay, Ted says that one possibility for the unknown side length is 50. Do you agree? Is that a possibility? Remember that 3rd rule that we mentioned in the bell work, where the sum of the 2 smaller has to be greater than a 3rd? That's what we're going to use to figure out if this is indeed, if that's going to make sense. Also, is it 40? Does that work? 40, 30, and 120, is this possible? Explain. 85, 35, 60, is this possible? Explain. And this is using the understanding of the properties of a triangle, okay? So I just wanted to make sure you guys got that. And of course, once you're done with that, then the homework is to create 2 triangles, just like we did in the modeling. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this video is a little bit longer than the usual videos, but I appreciate you for joining along with me. Rewind it, watch it again if you need to. And of course, drop any questions that you have in the comment section on Google Classroom. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.